Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So, inflation is sticky. Inflation right now is still out of control and it is not at the 2% mark that the Fed has been looking for. When the CPI report just came out, it shows that inflation is at 4.7%, just 0.1% down from where it was last month at 4.8%. So, although inflation is going down from its all time highs, it is still a lot higher than we would like it to be. With that being said, the Fed has just increased interest rates by a quarter point, and we do believe that in their next meeting in September, or at least I believe, they will raise it again um, due to inflation going down by a very small percentage. I can see the Fed doing this last one, at least I believe this may be the last one, at half a point. If they do it by half a point, this will be the last rate hike. If they do it by a quarter of a point, there may be three more to adjust and account for their lack of aggression in moving this thing up. So what I can see is in September they will definitely increase it. If they increase it by a quarter percentage, then they're going to do another, and then they're going to do a skip and then do another. But if they increase it by half a point, I believe that that will be the last one, and they'll just ride it out until inflation subsides and that inflation number is now back to 2%. Now, here's the thing. Most people know that when a recession is looming, when we start to increase rates, it typically takes 2 years to get inflation under control. So far, since the Fed has started to increase rates, it has been 14 months from our peak inflation. What does that mean? That means we're more than a year removed from peak inflation, and we have about 10 more months left until we start to see this recessionary period be over with. Now, I won't lie to you, some people might be feeling it a lot worse than others, depending on the markets that you're in, because the health sector, the healthcare market, has been booming. However, there are a lot of other markets that are being impacted drastically, whether it's the banking sector, the lending sector, the real estate sector, the restaurant sector. All of these things are being impacted. Now, I don't believe that the restaurant sector is being impacted negatively. They may actually be being impacted positively with the fact that there are going to be more people looking for part-time work due to the fact that they may be getting laid off from these other line of works. So now you have an increase in applications and labor. So now you have the pick of your litter of more quality applicants in the restaurant industry. So there's always a give and take when it comes to certain things in certain environments and certain businesses. And also, if you build a business in this type of environment, well, guess what? You're asking for less competition, and you're building a business that is going to be more resourceful, because you're building a business in a time where people are going out of business, competition is becoming lessened, and you have to actually have a quality product or service to offer in order to attract customers, especially in this time where they're going to be more reluctant to hand over cash, right? And this is actually the time where I'm building my business. I just finished reading 2 books on business, and I've already started implementing things in order to get my business up and running. So with that being said, we will have more topics and conversations that revolve around that in future conversations. But for this, we're just sticking to the main topic, which is inflation. Make sure you guys leave a like down below, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because you know I'm going to give you the best content and keep you up to date on everything to do with finance, everything to do with just being on top of what you got to be on top of, right? Financially. So it's very important to understand what the state of the economy is in order to move the right way. What I've been telling people since day one, as interest rates have been rising, this is a great time to have more money set aside, especially in high interest savings accounts. My high interest savings account that I personally use has just increased their rate from 4.15% to 4.30%. And yes, there are other companies that have a higher interest rate than that at this time. So I'm already at 4.30%. There are going to be some companies offering 4.65% and 4.75% just for a regular savings account, not a CD. This is very, very good and very, very beneficial to people who want to lock in money cheaply with no real risk involved. You're not even locking it into a CD, and you're getting almost 5% return. And CDs right now are generating a 5% return. And I'm telling you right now, if they put out a CD with a 7% return or more, I am opting into that CD. Trust and believe, I would rather opt into a CD with a 7% return than take any risk in any market. I'm taking the 7%, so give me that. Now, I haven't seen any CDs offering that just yet. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of CDs with 5.5, maybe 5.9. I'm going to take a look at CDs right now, but I don't even think they're at 6% yet. But when they get to 7%, if they get to 7%, I'm telling everybody to lock in. And if you are not an investor, if you're not someone who values the stock market, if you're not someone who values, investing in real estate or stocks or bonds or anything of that nature, then now might be a great time to lock in a certificate of deposit. In September, when they raise interest rates again, which they will, I do expect high interest rate savings accounts to go up again as well. That is probably going to be, again, if they raise it by a half point, I'm predicting that will be the last rate hike, which means that will be the last time that banks raise their interest rate as well. Now, if banks raise their interest rate as well, that'll be the last time you can lock in at the highest certificate of deposit rate. Until you hear the federal government say that they're not raising interest rates, then you know that there's a chance to get a even higher interest rate in your savings. So again, that's a great time to calculate how much money you can make over the next 6 years from just your savings account. Certificates of deposits is not normally something that I would promote, but in this circumstance, they're already given a well over 5% interest rate. There is the opportunity for you to maybe even lock in a 6% or even a 7%. I think that's something to look into, because it might be very, very beneficial to you. Now again, food prices are going up, and this is not even being calculated in some indicators for the CPI indicator. It's not even being calculated by some data sources. Now, I know fish has gone down by 0.9%. Butter is down. I believe eggs are down as well. Milk might be up a tick. Gas prices have gone up. Oil has gone up. So, that is another thing that has been plaguing our economy is oil. And I think there's a lot of politics that go into oil and gas. And if this trend continues, I can definitely see a lot more people opting in to electric vehicles. And right now, I don't believe that we have enough electric power to really source all these homes that are switching to electric vehicle consumption. And honestly, there's a huge cost to going up in the electricity in your own home. Because what I've been seeing is I almost hit 1,000 kilowatt hours recently, and that would have cost me almost doubling my electric bill if I had hit that amount. So you have to weigh that cost in as well. Your utilities expenses going up by almost double if you decide to switch to an electric vehicle and you don't have solar, you don't have all these nice little gadgets and upgrades to go along with your house, right? So if you don't have those things, then you can be paying a lot more in electricity costs by switching. So you might have to just stomach the increase in gas prices is what I'm essentially getting at. But if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.